Greetings, my name is Herb Rai.
And I am Stephen.
And this is the Sonic Desk, a journey through Jamaican music. And today our very special guest is the very cool Mr. Michael Thompson.
Welcome.
Mikey T.
Welcome. Thank you very much.
Welcome, man. Such a pleasure to have you, man.
The pleasure is all
See,
mine.
first of all, let me ask you, you all right? You good? You're good?
I'm cool.
You're cool.
And merry.
Cool and merry. We like that. Would I like to know, you see, about this is your day.
Birthday?
Well,
It's like a birthday.
you see, you look like you're having too much cake already. See, even the thought. Are you Kingstonian or you come from country? Firstly, which way you come from?
Country Jamaica, but Kingston Parish.
You come from Kingston?
Kingston, I said,
all right, good. All right, so
I'm a Jamaican.
you're a Townian.
I'm a Jamaican.
Okay, all right, good, I'm fine. How did you get into the music, the whole music business? When did you first realize that you like music?
From I heard my brother. Sound system, so to speak. He had friends.
Who's your brother? Dennis Thompson.
Dennis Thompson.
Big up Mr. T.
Yeah, man, but you need to tell them about your brother.
Yeah, what brother?
Okay, Dennis Thompson, my brother, is one of the world's renowned engineer, live sound engineer and recording as well. He has been about a 1990 magazine, a mixed magazine, that's international for magazine for engineers, was rated among the top 10 best live sound engineers in the world.
Nice.
All right, over 40 years in the business and recording. So, needless to say, I grew up seeing him in music. His records, with his friends, used to play, come and have little jam sessions of music. And as a little boy, fascinated with turntable and the records and the foreign records. As you have pretty labels like Atlantic One, Columbia.
So he was a collector like you then?
Well, like him. So, to be honest, I would tell the truth now. I used to thief in his room. He had to keep his turntable. He used to keep the turntable on the bed. The days it had like a sponge on it, colored, but it's on a wooden box. But I know I could hear the music play by just listening to the music. Right from the needle.
Okay.
So I used to climb on the bed and go to the top of the ceiling and push in the plug and listen to the music on the record by the needle. Right? So coming from those days. Anyway, suffice to say, I was drafting to music from that time. I remember buying Telephone King with stereo. I was playing the music. I mean, the bass that used to come from that, it was awesome. But as time went on, when he went to, he did electronics and at CAST at the time, which is from the U-Tech, before U-Tech came on. And so he was into electronics and he was doing, put together a recording unit to record music on A-track.
Oh.
Right? And he taught me, but still in my single figures, he was able to teach me how to record an 8-track, how to work it, how to repair and build 8-tracks. You had 30, 60 minutes and 90 minutes, right? And from there, that surgeon into music really started taking hold more and more. As a fanatic, as opposed to from a youngster, I remember my father used to work at Reality Theatre on Woodward Road. And when I got my first stack of records without any jackets and stuff, to hear them, used to go there and he would play them for me, put me on a stool and watch them play. So coming up from there, started getting a good portion of music from that time. Meeting friends along the way, still in single figures, used to fool around the stereo. I could play music for them and they would dance. So I ended up at a party brought up from about age of 7, 8 playing my first parties, right? But to come back to Dennis and the 8-track, recording 8-tracks at the home, my parents' home, off Manchester Road. I had to custom make now, not just building the 8-tracks, but to compile the music from lists that people wanted. So I got and it's learning about the different music, ballads, the R&B songs, reggae, or should I say rocksteady. So it came up over the years. In that period, when you see this at Meritone, it's worn because as they celebrate 70 years come October, 70 years of Meritone music. I think it's one of the oldest sound systems should be in the world right now. So they're searching for the Guinness Book of World Records. It's
Yes,
72.
sir.
I acknowledge that. But if good ones, I probably born into greatness in that regard because he has been with them from so long. Hearing and bring the kind of music and meeting Winston. When I meeting Winston Blake from Meritone Music, I remember seeing him. He used to wear like these army hats, dressed with bags and stuff. But I used to love his car and drive because he had little things and it looked like a big toy, a little boy.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
But suffice to say, now he then was involved in Meritone from back then. So he would bring music and the styling and how to play music. I got it from there. There's one of the tapes, one of the last tapes that was done at VIP, a recording which my brother did. And I would listen to how Winston would play, the style that, when you move from funky to our, this kind of funky, the ballads, the reggae, rocksteady, reggae, and the ska. And he got a whole feel of the music, the whole presentation of it. So as I got older and was able to move on to doing my own little sound system thing from high school, I was playing music. I was really involved. I used to do 8-track recordings for teachers at KC.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, you're a KC man.
Yes, sir. From this river.
All right, if you say so.
No problem, man. I'm on it. But continuing from there, he was able to leave me in charge of the whole music room, or building the music room from there. And I'm telling you, I was such a fanatic. I mean, I was collecting music from all over, and because I realized the value then of having variety, different genres. Yes, so you the country and westerns, gospels, everything. You need to have it so you could draw on different things. So my background, it served that development of music for me served me well for radio now because I can go into any genre. An appreciation of the music, classics, it has its place.
Tell me, VIP days.
I couldn't go to VIP. My experience at VIP was through the team, that same team.
Yeah.
I was too little then, right? So, but I got that sense of it. I said that from hearing that.
Yeah, but what I meant to ask is like, a man like you who like added club, because you can play in the clubs and everything. Like.
Yes, I started in clubs as well. But that's years
differentiate with for us like club, like a VIP or like a Epiphany or like them clubs back then, as opposed to clubs now and the music.
I suppose Epiphany would probably now remember going into the clubs because Bobby T came to my mother. He's like the sweet or I'm the sweet talker, but I remember just saying, look after my son. So Bobby T took me in hand and started at Epiphany. Hear him playing, was a disco man and the crowd here, so listening. They didn't listen to them. But what he said to me, after a while they wanted to do an oldies night. And I remember they said they started on Sunday. And I started. That's all right. I played the oldies. And when I played it, he said to me, Mikey, if you're ever going to make it in music, he's playing oldies. And no, that's true. That's what he said to me. And so I have to give him credit there. And it hence came after Epiphany Meritone, the turntable, because I needed other people to help me for traveling overseas. And Monty took me in hand and showed me how it was running, how the kind of the format that they go through. And believe me, that format stuck is with me today. It's one I think Meritone's signature style of showcasing music to the people that they have, the fans they have worldwide, right? And even in the round robin today, when you hear, let's say they're going to play old oldies, it comes from the style of Meritone.
Okay.
Don't leave Meritone yet. Last year you went on a cruise, right?
Yes.
Didn't you go tell the people about the cruise and what next year? What was like? Is
Right.
this first time you play on a cruise?
But that has been the second one actually.
All right, but
That
still,
is
you
the second
can
one. But it's
elaborate
still a
on it.
Meritone. The cruise, it was, well, it's someone else had used, they gave them franchise to use Meritone's name, but it was Meritone nonetheless. They got a lot of Meritone fans. And it was like the days of going back to turntables. The music age group, mature people.
Right, mature
But
people,
we were able to enjoy a wide cross section of music. And then realize that in those sessions they are on board. And what what Meritone has been doing over the years and passed on to me with the understanding. Take from some of the things which I think from Winston. Past and gone, but memory lives on.
Yes.
Of what you said. A thing of quality has no fear of time. You had that in writing on some of the.
A thing of quality
has no fear of time. And the key to failure is trying to please everyone. As a DJ, system of it, you cannot please everybody in the party.
True.
Some will come to you want different things at certain times. You have to. It teaches psychology, where you have to know that you don't brush a man off, but you know how to handle him.
Right.
Yeah, you know how to know. He make a search for a great song that he can play later on. Some people want to hear the songs though because they don't understand what it is like to what is happening on the floor, whatever. They just think it's just play a song. But there is more to it than that. Friends, it is a gift. It is something that you realize using psychology to endear somebody to you to get on that floor. It's just by music without having to use a microphone. Is understanding the music and what the whole psychoacoustic does to the psychoacoustic and the whole does to the body to get you to want to move. Right?
The people up and dancing.
Yeah, people say feel the vibes, but
You play music for dance to, you play music for listen to, you play music for
it's a background
eat to,
listening.
you play music for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We could go back a little bit. Ska. Yeah, I hear you one night, and I'm going to say where, but it's like when the ska finish, the other DJ plays something else, which was more recent at the time, and it never got on as well as the ska. Because the people much really into the ska, and it's like you say, it's a get up and dance kind of music.
Well, if I see you play that must be years ago.
Yeah, man.
I can't remember.
Yeah, long time.
Yes, but that again comes through the whole to Meritone, right? And my brother, and then they having to through the same 8-track days, having to study the music and playing them. You get a feel for it, and Winston really and Trevor Blake, a master in common selecting ska music, right? So you learn from these people and realize that what it is that things that pulls you onto that floor and builds that energy from listening. It comes from it's coming from them for that period.
Is there any school in Jamaica, any house that I can go and learn this craft of playing music? Our brothers need to sit down and watch Mikey T or somebody.
A lot of the DJs who have now played oldies learn from people like Winston Gary from here in Meritone. If people like Aggie.
Yeah, man. Metro Media, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Afrique. Sorry.
Afrique with Chile went for a good brethren who has classique. He said to him, he went to him and asked him, how you play music, and he said you just have to play the hits, right? But Aggie from days of Meritone here, Winston put together really is a master. Winston could really generate you that energy through the music and to lay it out so you can enjoy, even if it's a new song. Once Winston taught me how to break music, right? And here's a man, people tell you, you'd go to Meritone session and you'd hear a song, for example, Reasons is one of the songs. One of the songs that they were playing for 2 years before that song. Meritone wrote that song. Songs like Imagination, right? Benny King, you have Words Are Impossible, which was the flip side of that song was Stranger I Still Love You, which was the hit side. Words were made to Meritone, right? And all because of the persistence of playing the songs. And after this, in the first night, I played several times, people come away either singing the song or they come back wanting the song. So it is knowing, having the ear to break a song and being able to push it. That same, let me come to the days of Fame FM, when I was introduced to a song called After All Is Said and Done, right? The history, Duke, I went by to see Duke Fuller from Peacemaker. When I checked my brethren, I said, Mikey, come here, I have a song to play for you. And when he played that O.J. Smith song, After All Is Said and Done. And they go, man, I said, I have to have this. Where? He said, don't worry, Mikey, don't worry. Right? Winston give me. I shoot no Winston. Winston on the ground, I give the 45. And let me tell you, in breaking, I tell you how he taught to make songs. That song was played 10 times for that show, that Sunday afternoon show I did. Twice every hour, because of the 5-hour show. You see, after that day, after that show, believe you me, that was one of the breaking songs. After All Is Said and Done. When you say talk about meritorious music, it's that standard of music which all the people, all discos, or the concept discotheque or sound system, learn that will come to meritorious to hear because they were able to break songs. They remember they came from the background of jazz when jazz was being played as songs we danced to, right? Even before Mental. You understand?
Okay, so you're saying now the young DJs would have to have an ear for that kind of thing, for break a song, as opposed to just playing a popular song, because everybody knows the song.
If you're just listening to what, if you have a first broad mind to listen to various genres of music and appreciate it, right, and then hear how these guys have been playing, and then you get to imitate how they're playing, and that's what they've been doing, right? Some have now, I don't want to say bastardized, but have come with their own styles and have changed. So if you have an ear for appreciating what a jazz sound, piece of jazz be like, to hear what it is that you want to bring forward, right? Then you might just pick up a song and call it a hit when it's just a song and not music. Right? When a man says music, plays to us just a song you hear. Right? But the man you hear man call it music is because something is in that song which endears you to it and want you to go and buy it. Right? As opposed to just hearing a song which is passed by like a filler.
All right, let me ask something, Mikey. So, explain how you got into radio now.
Through Don Cooper.
Through Don Cooper.
Don Cooper, I was at turntable. As I said, Monty started playing at turntable. And Don Cooper would come by, in the evening after we were playing, and said to me, boy, Mikey, you really play nice, man. Would you like to come on radio? I said, well, let's give that a try. And he arranged for me to go and have an audition at RJR, which I did. And I don't want to say the rest is history, but...
How long you was at RJR for?
About 18 years.
Long time.
Yes, for about 84, thereabout. Because we started at night in the graveyard for years, and that proved to have been the highest ratings on Fame at that time for years. Then doing the Sunday shows, the Sunday Spice it was called.
Can I explain to the people, like, for most people who don't know, what is like going into the radio station? What was the preparation like? What was the process? Is it something you go through and say the day before, all right, I'm going to play these songs tomorrow? How the whole thing work?
All right, my preparation was just for years of playing music and like a DJ going and you can't pick anything. But you're right, you might have an idea that you want to play so and so this selection of songs or whatever. So you carry some of those songs, right? I've been known to carry a lot of music with me. So I just for the start, you used to make a playlist so you follow because of nervousness. My first day on radio, I said goodbye. Not hello. Yeah,
so back in those days, like I said, from when you started, you would carry your own records into the radio station also?
Yes. For going in there, I carry my selection of songs. You had a library you could pick from,
right.
And they were encouraged you to go to use the library and maybe pick up the songs before and then before you could pick up the songs. Particularly for the Sundays, you could do that, or you because they had a library, or you could carry it. But I was carrying mine from day one, and then supplementing with theirs as well. All right. So after a while, you didn't need to really write out a playlist because from you start the first song, if you know where you're starting, you follow through, because you might have a performance 5 hours, you might follow playing segments, different segments going through.
What is your responsibility now as a disc jockey on radio? Are you to just entertain us? Are you to, play what you like?
It's
You know?
it's edutainment. Yes, it's edutainment. It's edifying people about the artist. And all right, you just hear this show is about the journey of music.
Yes.
It's a journey of music, being entertained and exposing the talent and as much as possible about the artist. Right? Now, FM radio, as people think, we would say, is where they hear music. It's not so much I want to hear, so much thought I want to hear music.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, some more people need to hear instead of who the person is or who the music is, or who sings the song, and be about them a little about it. Right? Okay. Over the years now, while at my current station, Cool 97 FM, when I say entertainment now, I've done a number of productions where the music is exposed. For example, that show production with the Studio One 50th anniversary. That I think is one of the greatest shows that I've done on radio. Reason being, it's Curtis Coxon's 50th anniversary, and that came together because I said to Rossman Brown, who is now the current manager, station manager, and then Patrick Lafayette, no one's acknowledging Studio One's 50th anniversary. Right. When I was at the other station, I did its 35th anniversary, and that year they had a show at the National Arena, which my brother engineered as well. But come now to the 50th anniversary, nobody in radio has even mentioned it. Anyway, so I just said to Rossman, we want to do this, and she said, all right, go ahead. And I gathered with Patrick and Kingsley Goodison, I have to mention Kingsley Goodison, and approached Coxon, and we said, all right, we're going to do this show. 16 hours of Studio One music, right? Never before done on radio in anywhere in the world. Right?
Music.
Right, yes, and Stokey Love.
The other Mikey.
Yeah, there was Stokey, Patrick Lafayette, Mikey Barnett. Those are the 4 DJs we used, and because each of them was 4 hours. So to do that show, we had meetings, and I was a musical director for it, and just make sure that we're duplicating. All right. When we started the show, a gentleman, a professor called and said, "Can you sustain?" About 10 o'clock he called. Yeah. Can you sustain 16 hours of Studio One music without having repeat? Because never before. Repeating.
Right, repeating.
And I said yes. All right. He called back at about 1:30 when we were featuring Burning Spear, and said, listen to me, I had to call my daughter outside from playing. I had to sit on beside him on the computer because this is what radio is about. So I speak of edutainment that day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. All Jamaica. That really was a great show. One of the features in that show was Kingston. It was Kingston top 20 because he was a prominent salesperson for Cox with music. He compiled 20 songs which he considered to be the top selling sales songs, right? And we had him back announce the songs over 8 hour period, the my show and the Patrick show. He started my show from 20 to 11, from number 20 up to 11, back announcing his style, and then 10 to 1. Right, the number 1 song was Easy Snapping for him, right? That was backward. So that was, when I said that show was rich in its presentation and edutainment, right? So much so when we interviewed Stu Coxon at 2:30 in Patrick's show, segment of the show, the man was laughing ear to ear. You cannot get Coxon an interview without having to give him questions prior to. He didn't need any questions. The man was laughing. He was so happy. It was one of the greatest days on radio. But let me tell you, friends, and this is important, radio is not doing justice to our music and our industry, because that show made me realize what the power of radio and what, if we are using music right, it can propel our industry to great heights.
On that note, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, our music on radio. Soon come.
So let's get back to that Studio One day. There's a Studio One day, 50th anniversary of Studio One music, right? And the effect of that show, the following day, you had someone from overseas, Japan, ordered $1.5 million worth of music. He said he wanted everything that was played on radio that day, right? And I was told that they had orders coming in where they probably sell 10 or 20 boxes to export. It was coming in by the orders coming by the hundreds, right, worldwide. They said of the 50 years of selling music out of Studio One, they have never seen anything like that. All stock was sold, they had to reprint albums and jackets and labels 3 times over. They had to go to the old pressing plant and pull stampers to meet the demand, the old stamper from the old pressing plant. So when I said it's not just what she's saying it or just trying to blow hot. It is what I was told, it is what I have seen, because when something like that can happen, when so much music can move from out of one production house, and I mean you cannot talk about producers out of Jamaica, not speak of Studio One and Duke Reid, Sir Coxsone and Duke Reid. So over 8,000 titles coming out of Studio One, and I mean, to do 8 hours is just 16 hours. But not a bit, but still so much more to cover.
Yeah.
But it's just to realize that if we really, as a media house, broadcasting music, can come together and really focus on our Jamaican music, quality of it, right? I mean, there's quality in all of it, right?
Yeah.
It's just what you're going to sell and make people realize it is so rich. You can do such great things for this industry. Because a lot of, for what it pertains, a lot of our musicians today and singers really benefit more from doing shows overseas, right? And when you can do that, I mean, records are not selling now. So what is selling for them? It's either they go on, I think the
Yeah,
side
but you
that's
know
going
something though, Mikey, it's always been said, and it's a fact, that over the years, the radio stations in Jamaica was back in the day, all the records used to be imported, all the radio stations used to play. But now you have so many artists in Jamaica that people in Jamaica don't even know them, but them tour and people abroad know them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's because of the whole opening up of the different, not the station, but the entertainment things, right? They have, internet has really opened up a lot, right?
Yeah.
But the show that we currently do, one of the shows now being an online station, well, Cool FM was where I think my greatest body work has been done. Nothing has been done and is being done on radio. Apart from that Studio One, we've done marathons for like a mentor and scam marathon.
Right.
Meritone has come and have done a marathon of Meritone music style. We have done other things of Master Griffith. The first award given from Cool was the Master Griffiths, where they produced a 4-hour show for her. And we gave her an award then. Since then, I have now put together 5 years, or come November, 6 years, God's willing, a show called Live Tuesday on one of the shows I have in the morning.
You need to tell the people what Live Tuesday, for those that don't know, and how it all came about.
Well, it came about, the first of it started, we needed, the station wanted something, and I think it was the 3rd anniversary, to do a particular show, something different for the 13th anniversary. Nothing was coming forward, thinking of sessions and other things, but it wasn't coming through. But in July of that year, it was an International Reggae Day. I had put together a live show. It came together and we had 5 or 6 acts singing backing tracks. So come November now, approaching November, October, they needed something else, and I said, all right, let me revisit this and do this as a tribute and to anniversary, a cool anniversary. And after doing it, people are saying, Mikey, don't stop it. It is more backing tracks. The very first show of it, if you had people like Jackie Jackson, Karen Smith, Richard Stevens, Freddie McGregor, right? And that people are saying, no, this is the greatest, one of the greatest things in radio live. So it was first morning show that we would have a live recordings, or I should say live entertainment like that, running for 2 hours, and it's not stopping. It is now running 5.5 years from there, have given awards to Chinna Smith.
Yeah, I had a big award thing up at Hope Guard last
Yes,
year.
yes.
For,
But for Fab Five did
Fab
the
Five,
anniversary,
yeah.
that 5th anniversary. They got an award. She got an award at Fab Hall, and then with Fab Five, then about 2 weeks after we had a tribute to Duke Reed, Rocksteady Review, where four musicians from the original Rocksteady group of Duke Reed, Ox Brown, Dougie Rand, Paul Douglas, and Jackie Jackson, each got an award.
Well deserved.
Yes, and went back and played. And we recorded it. Some of the Rocksteady songs from that period. And I'm happy that it has happened because since now then Oxford have passed.
Yes.
And it is, and it's because I suppose that I was able to do it because knowing the history coming through and appreciation that these gentlemen and the youngsters should really gravitate and appreciate. I mean, if we're playing, the youngsters are still going back when they're playing oldies. They still go back and they're playing Rocksteady, they're playing the Heptones, Ken Boots, and even some of the ska pieces. They should really have a understanding of who these gentlemen are, these people are, and those musicians have done so much in this world, so this industry, and they're really not known. So the schools now, we have over 50 years of history. The schools now need to put curriculum together to have
Be part of culture, yeah,
it's
man.
a great sense of pride and to have these gentlemen's career and lives live on. Jackie Metu, right? I mean, Casey old boy, and he alone could do a easy 4-hour show because he's with Scatterlights, the musical director for Studio Ones, and like so much more.
So many others.
So much from all the schools, and there's so much, and I think it's a travesty if we don't try to get the history and present it to the younger students. School of Music, I know Igbo was doing the Rocksteady courses, teaching out of Rocksteady. So the history of these gentlemen and people should really go along with it, and they've been doing that. You know.
Let me back up for a little bit, backtrack a little bit. When you were a youngster coming through, young boy, hey, listen radio, who were the people on radio them time there? You know, and because I remember some names from way back. Yeah?
You mean
who used to listen? As I look at you, who used to listen? And, and what them used to play?
No, well, you're talking about as I'm going up, so from the 60s coming through, you heard the main station of Aja. You hear Marcia, Marie God, Charlie Babcock, and these people. You heard Desmond Chambers. You heard. So I mean, the whole gamut of the art coming through, because that's what radio. Those are the voices of the radio at that time. Coming through. So the music that you're hearing, as you're saying, a lot of the foreign music. What you're hearing, songs are Ray Connors, especially Sundays. So Ray Connors, the Jerry Fields, the Jim Reeves, and the Skeeter Davis, and Tom Jones, and these people. Right?
You know, Sunday music that.
Sunday, but that's what now today. Even today, is still regarded when you hear those songs. Come back to think of quality. Has no fear of time. A.T.F band did a wonderful version of the last waltz, right? Which I must sense it. I played and I got response. Wonderful response. Somebody want the record. Want to know where they can't find it. So you're on to a wonderful thing, and comes back. If the quality was not there, you would not even dream to have done it.
At one time in Jamaica, it was almost taboo for you reggae on a Sunday on the radio.
Oh gosh.
Because Sunday was reserved for you. Listen, Skeeter Davis. Charlie, what's the guy?
Jim Reeves.
Yeah. It was restricted. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody was thinking about it. To play.
Well, that's why I got the flack for it, because they say I was the first person to play reggae on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they on film, and the people are saying, how could you be doing that? I even have on the library and saying, oh, she had a top show like this, should not do so and so. And they said, don't make it so danceable. Don't make it so danceable.
Yeah, because Sunday it was
so I retracted a bit and even stopped. After 3 weeks, people were saying, where's the music? I don't want it back and stuff. When the ratings came out, it just showed that it does top the top ratings. Right? And so Mr. Topic at the time said, don't stop, just adjust it to some extent. Because I said it to be hypocritical when you think of Sunday parties. A lot of Sunday sessions were happening, and they play Jamaican music. Nothing is wrong with it. It's quality stuff. It's just that it is not a custom at that time to be hearing it on the radio. Granted, at that time there were about 4 stations now.
Yeah.
But after that, when the other station they would play all Jamaican reggae music came on, nobody said anything after that to me. Because they realized we were before the time. Yeah, and come back. We have a lot of great music here. Let me call her name, Luther Williams. Luther Williams is the father of Mallory Williams, right? Who did play in the big band days of Arawak, Cha Cha Cha, and stuff when you go to go. These are the music they're dancing to. These songs are available, still there. We should be hearing these things, these songs from these people country because they are part of our history, right? Which country in this world, like to Jamaica, where out of Grammy you have a reggae section, right? Right? A section of dedicated to reggae music. We have influenced the world in so many ways with our music, right? And not to look back at other people have gone before. I just keep them alive with our music. But what I hate is people say, boy, it's old music. You have certain stations who will stop playing 60s music and 70s music because they claim it's old. Jamaican music is not old. Jamaican music is our music. We must, listen to me, we must have come together and realize that we must make it live. If you stifle these songs, you're going to stop playing music of John Wood when John Wood is alive. You're going to stop playing John Wood music, alternative songs, Ken Wood songs, Heptoad songs because they come from the 60s. That's madness. We are Jamaican people take pride in our music. There's a lot of music to go around for us to be really proud about. Eric Donaldson, I was in a session where my brother was in recording session, a live recording session, not a live now. Everybody was on hands playing at the same time, the drums, keyboard, right? And we're recording and doing it live. An album for Eric Donaldson, which was never released in Jamaica, it went to Africa. Yeah. And let me tell you, who was on that? Steel and Clevie came in to play on it. Tyrone Downey was there. And I asked him about it that day because I'm not saying you get a copy of it. But it is one of Jamaica's great productions. And he said to me, my brother Dennis, he said, Butch, call me Butch. There are so many other great Jamaican songs released overseas. Why? Because one, it's not being played on the radio, they give it to them, it's neglected. We need to have an understanding of everybody that we need to really focus and play our Jamaican music. Come back to Live Tuesday, that what we're doing, because of the same COVID situation. The format has changed a bit. We're more interview the acts and we play the recorded songs, right? And since then we're covering a lot more artists coming in, and we're uncovering a lot of acts, new acts coming through, right? Not just for one person. I'd love for all Jamaican stations to do it, but thank God we've started, and it will go from there, among others.
Yeah, because I mean, the recording, in a studio, and I mean, they were recording facilities because people used to record at RGR.
Yes.
They're going to actually make recordings.
Yes.
So I don't see why it shouldn't be such a...
It's just that we're not, like the other overseas where they would save their productions and archive it properly. Okay. We haven't been doing that. We haven't been doing that so well. So we lost a lot of footage.
So if you wanted like the Sunday Spice from 1995, we couldn't get it because...
I don't know, but that's another station there that which really and truly should have all recordings. But
no, well, I just said Sunday Spice because it's one of the radio. But I was talking like a Marigat program there. Marigat did something on
that station. If they have been doing so, what should have every art should archive every show that has been done. So you could call back. So you could put it back to, so you could call on it. I mean, the states to do that, but it's just how you treat Jamaicans music. Because it does, if you can, all right. When you think of the ballads coming to the period now, where you had songs like Muriel and you guys did some production work with Brown Eyes, right? Laurel Eakins, I remember, and those things. Even today, when you play those songs, the more mature of the bigger. I really appreciate it. And it has been done over by a number of other people already. Dobby Dobson passed the other day, did a recording of it. And when you play songs, when he did that wonderful sound, it is still one of those great works. So, I mean, there is a body of work is there for us to really play and entertain people, educate them about the person, play the songs and realize that you must feel proud and don't be ashamed to just say it's only reggae music you play. Play a variety of music. You have the talent, that's really talent, right? The youngsters who are coming out of school of music, they're playing jazz, but because there's someone to hold you to reggae music because it's out there. Yes, nothing is wrong with that, but you have reggae music, you can play jazz style, right? And as I said, because I collect wide, there's so much music there. So we need to really take a handle and just not just play one thing in a great amount, but play more of a variety, because there's so much to offer.
Today's trap music compared to the dancehall music from the 80s and 90s, how do you see it? There's been a lot of talking about it over the last couple of weeks. We had asked Dean about it, so I want your view. How do you see it? Is this something that, you think it will be as big as dancehall music?
Well, all right, look at songs like Cherry O Baby. Cherry O Baby was a festival
Classic.
song. Yes, it has become a classic because worldwide that song has captured the hearts from its simplicity, right? And you don't know which if any song from the track might come like that. It is all what is the content. It's the content of the lyrics, right? Somebody might have I have a problem is having a same kind of song, right? The same kind of song, but when you're playing, if you're playing in a party or dance, whatever, you can't play too much of that. It has to, for me, it will be a mixture of all of it. So it is not bad in that. It's not bad in the sense that it's rubbish. It is the content that is coming from it, right? And too much of one thing is a good for nothing, but too much of what. So you need to play a little here and there. Same as that's why Jamaican parties are so special because you might
it's a
hear
little
some
everything.
soca, you might hear a little dancehall, you might hear reggae coming through, you might hear some disco and different things.
Yeah, but in the same breath, you see, outside of lyrical content, because there are a lot of songs, instrumental songs, people love them, the lyrics.
Yes. Let's forget instrumental. Let me say, dancehall music is one of the greatest music since ska. Infectious and great. Nothing comes close between it. Nothing comes close to the ska, right? But what has been its problem is just content again, this lyrical content. You understand? And that is why it has suffered. It has suffered a way which it has suffered a little way. But then those songs which are now the hits, or what are now garnered as the oldest, of dance, 80s and 90s. The quality comes through, right? The quality comes through, and
because still not all of them come true. Some of them come
that's
true.
what I'm saying. Yes, that is it. Some will fall. That's but some will fall by the wayside.
But outside of that, you mentioned dancehall as opposed to ska rhythmically, because I will take you to it. Take a tune like Macarena. That's something like Macarena. All we know is, hey, Macarena. I don't know where them step on the tune.
Yeah,
but it's a wicked tune.
But what carried it? There's a rhythm that carried it first, right? And then the hook, whatever the hook came up.
So is this the song itself?
But come back to the ska. Come back to the ska. When you have in Australia an Australian orchestra, that have done ska, have dedicated that 40-piece orchestra to ska, and you hear it. If they can do that, then something come from it. I've heard the Scatolites doing a live record and a live session, I think it's still in Australia, and people were singing the instrumental pieces as if it were songs. Yes. So come back again to think of quality has no fear of time. What they have laid down and what people are hearing, because you can do something that Jamaicans will appreciate, but it becomes something because that's happened all the time, right? So it is. Once you can put down something which you know is not going to be offensive, and that's why I really can't play songs. Some of them are offensive, some of them don't give regard for the language and whole, so it needs a screening. And there's some.
A man said recently, the music not having so much music no more.
I agree.
I'm saying the music is not musical like that.
It's true when you hear. That's why, as I spoke of monotony, the monotony you hear of one thing, you hear the talk about maybe the one chord or two, that goes on, and man is a man's voice that's going to inflect the different the inflection to give you as sound as if it's changing from a chord or two or three, right? So how long can the ear sustain that, right? How long can the ear sustain that? So that is why you need variety in the music. When you hear this the hip hop soul, right?
Yeah.
The soul is really missing from here. It's just hip hop. It's hopping along in rhythm, but the soul that Gladys Knight sang about it, right?
Yeah.
When you can pick out some Gladys Knight songs and you don't need to bake out of when you hear what they call hip hop soul. It's
Yeah,
monotonous.
but listen, I don't know if we call it reggae anything else. And what you about, like when you say hip hop soul or hip hop thing, Babande, late, great.
Oh,
I have a tune named Honey.
oh gosh.
To me, that's what we call reggae jazz.
Sweet. It's
That
sweet.
is reggae. That is reggae jazz. That is not something you wanna go out and scan to. You know, so
But it is,
You know?
that's another genre
That's what I'm saying.
which is there. And it's not all the songs are going to be able to dance to. There are songs that are good for listening and for us to really, it's like folklore, like a folklore song.
Yeah.
Right? Why can't Bob Dylan songs be so enchanting and revered? Right? That's why Bob Marley was regarded like a Bob Dylan. Right? And some people would want to say Bob songs some little men of the dance, but they are. It is what you're able to listen to and what is presenting. The lyrics of Bob back in about 86 when I was in London doing sound engineering. Right? I went still searching music. I went to the record store. It was near University of London, and the man said, "They said, Mikey, Bob Marley, oh what a man!" Said I had a professor who, when he died, came and asked for all the Bob Marley songs. I said, "Why want all these Bob Marley songs?" So he says the lyrics are great. They're almost prophetic, and I want to go and study them and present them to us. To students. Fine? And you can hear Bob song, that's why it is today, they will dance. So his album has now gone back to number one. You understand? And since he has passed, I think that's a legend album. But has been on the charts with top 200 for all these years.
Tommy
was here last week.
Yeah, Tommy was here last week, and he was saying that since the corona,
man.
Bob is the most streamed artist, 1.something billion since February.
Thing of quality has no favorite time.
Yes, true,
Bob's
true.
video is so electrifying and magnetic, right? And like when you start watching, you can't leave it, right? This is sometimes history is greatness thrust upon you, or born greatness. I have to thank God again for my brother. He was one of the engineers, Bob Marley's engineer. Yeah, man. Right? So we're talking about he was Bob Marley's engineer, and he worked on the Survival album. Babylon by Boss is one of the greatest live albums you can find, right? And when you hear that, oh man, listen, you need to listen to the music and hear what he said. That's one of his bodies of work, right? Which you want to highlight further in a project, which I want to do later on, cool, and so here for further on that. But it is so Bob Marley, when he came to about the king of reggae, the man had, from his whole grooming of learning to harmonize like the impressions coming through, he has been given a gift among the whole three brethren of them, who Bonnie and Peter, who came together and got this sound, right? And this one drop sound that I have, and it is magnetic. And so the one thing so many people in the world know, out of Hawaii, the Pacific, comping this one drop sound. Everybody wants to get close to the Bob sound. Yes. So there is something there. And these songs for years, over 30 years, went through 40 years, about these songs have been made, and they're still played today. Why is rocksteady music still being played today? Yeah. Right? And I mean, people are saying, boy, the tiring of hearing these rocksteady songs, because it's as if there's no other songs which are there. But they are. There are so many, that's what I'm saying. We need to really give the credit to those who have gone ahead and have put forward and have done great work throughout their lifetime.
All right, radio has revolutionized, so to speak, over the years. Yeah, radio is, I mean, everything digital now and all that.
No matter what the digitizing, no matter what the digital, what need the body of work where you start from your
Yeah,
creation, your creation of work. So whatever creation A.T.F band is doing now, no matter what digital, but it comes back to what is going to be the basic quality and what you're going to do.
You know, I think about radio in itself, radio as an entity. Radio is not like one time when there was this big thing here and this thing and the thing. Radio now is digitized in a way that they can steer radio station in the world, right?
Yes.
That's what they know. Radio, and there's so much more music for play.
Oh yes.
Because everybody have them studio in them house now.
Listen, other genres have come up since that
right.
time, you know, right?
Look
at reggaeton. Look at reggaeton, and you have these Latin things coming, right? So there's more genres.
There's a whole more things to play.
Yes.
So I must say, how does radio, sieve, if that's a word for you, sieve out?
Well, first of all, it depends on who you're catering to, right?
Okay.
If you're going to just cater to a certain age group, if you cater to the teenagers and to the 20, then you find that they tend to gravitate to a certain genre of music. As you get older, you tailor it to that group.
Yeah.
That's according to their production house and what they want to project.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if you're going to cater to mature people and going to play the songs that just the teenagers, what they listen to is not what they jam.
On that note, we take one more break. See? Final break coming up with Mr. Michael Thompson. Stick and stay. Yeah man, back like new pack. But not even that, in radio now we have younger people who are presenters, disc jockeys, teen and 20s. It's not like one time when mostly people up on radio is old people. I don't, forgive me for saying that, but you wouldn't have no youngsters really play music on radio one time. True or false?
It's happening now, but let me correct you about certain things, which is people have it's taken for granted. So they just think they go on radio and certain things are taken for granted. Let me come back to Merito. Merito, people might say, well, because they're 70 years old now, they're old or whatever, but Merito has been still carrying quality music. Young, still playing the young music that carries through from youngsters can come and listen. So all is just that the majority of the times is mature people want to hear what Merito's playing. But they have been gathering music from the youngsters, right? Right run through, even now. Now, when you're gonna have youngsters on the radio who's just gonna play songs and they don't have depth, then you're going to only get up to the level of what they know, right, or what they appreciate. So if they're hearing songs of, they start listening radio or listening music 5 years ago, you're only gonna get 5 years of what they listen, what they know, right? I suppose somebody 10 years ago who would have been listening down the line. And then, so in other words then, they need to have a sense of history. They need to be taught, even have a period where they have a music appreciation of our, and let me just focus on the Jamaican music. So journey of music. Focus, they should go through a period where they have an exposure to the various genres of our Jamaican music. Our Jamaican music can be kept alive. The youngsters can get a better appreciation of the music. When you're having these competitions of trying to find stars, what music they go to? They go to the older songs. Most of the time they go back to the older songs, or they try to find older songs from foreigners, foreign songs that are older. You understand?
You know, the pity, so I mentioned that. I was watching one of them star finding thing. Wow, it could be one of them. Whether the DJ one was the DJ one and there's a singer one, I guess, something like that. Rising Star was the singing one, and the other one was Magnum Kings and Queens. And they watch it one Sunday night, you know, and the guy was there. They sing whatever I'm singing, and when he finished, there were 3 judges. Tell him how him do. And him say, one of the judges say, you know, you think turn up this week, you know. The exact way, your swag. Him say your swag turn up this week, you know. Just work panic, go and work for your swag, man. Cause it never turn up so last week. No, me I watch my TV. Me know a little bit about the music business. I'm gonna tell a man say him swag turn up.
What does it mean?
Yeah, you know, when I tell me as the singer, the brother will sing, and
Well, what does it mean?
my swag must be the van last week. Because when I tell, and these are people who are supposed to be, as I say, the radio people, the young people, who have make other people know what goes on in the business. So the other man who are listening now say, right, they don't say, my swag, you know. You know, if you can't sing, as long as the swag up.
Well, I suppose it is how is the performing on stage having anything to do then of the quality of the music that he's presenting. So whatever music he's presenting, then the swag must be to present the music better. The swag must be in a certain must have to be turned up. In other words, if I have a low swag must be high, right? To present whatever songs that he's doing at that time.
But I think if you tell him, say, brethren, listen, you can sing, but you're slow, chick, or something. But you just treat the thing, the swag.
It's a term that they use now to know that you have to either can manage your stage area well, and you can't get separated. You have this, you're exerting that level of confidence, because that's what all these shows have been, Rising Stars, and it's helped to build the confidence in what they're delivering, right? But if you know this Rising Star, they have certain segments that they have to come back to and start and learn. Right, and they're going to do a rock and roll segment. They're going to do a Jamaican segment with dancehall or reggae, and I like it because it's forcing them to get a better understanding and appreciation of music, and that is what come back now to what the radio stations, but the younger DJs need to have an appreciation of music. If you don't have an appreciation, I say about 5 years of listening, then you can only present 5 years to me. If I like listening to anyone who can give me 5 years or even 10 years of music, right? It's limited, right? You need, especially if you have a long show. We are doing 4 shows. I've done 5-hour shows. Sometimes you have to sit and do 10 hours. So you have to have a wild piece of music to present.
Yeah, but I'm sure them can find 24 hours of filler music, you know.
Yes,
no problem.
So that's what I'm saying. So is it that now? So it comes back to the station. That station host, what they're presenting, what age group are you catering to? If you're catering just to between 10 and 20, then you can cater the music. If you're taking between that and 40, whatever, 40 going up, then you have a wider presentation that you can fall on and choose from. So it just depends on the production house or the media house what they want to give you.
I listen to you.
And because of so many stations that come on board of that, I suppose they tend to want to screen it like that, right? Where it was when I was just started, 4 radio stations, 2 FM stations, and 2 AM. Right.
I have a question for you, Mike. Are you one of these DJs that say the record make 86 or 92 beats per minute? When you throw it on your turntable, you speed it up to 120. Or you just play it at the record?
No.
Because we know
So
it's
just make it match the one before.
Right. The technique. If you're playing at a session and you can't party whatever, right? You can increase it not for it to sound outside too far out to get a mix, right? But I've seen where
it's like it's a girl singing the tune and a man singing the tune.
I've seen where they have to come on and they're playing on the session, and the first thing I do is just increase the pitch to +10. Because it to +10 that everything got no, you understand? So I'm saying that is what, and you know, if you expose these youngsters just to this, that's what that's all they're hearing. They need comes back to reference. Think of quality as no favorite. If they hear quality, once you hear quality comes from a different way, then they have a reference point.
You know what I think, Mike? I think, well, the 3 of us here, we grew up in an era where, your parents, you listen to your parents play all the oldies, all of the ska, all of the reggae come up. I think because of the way the world set up now with the internet, people, the youngsters, them go on them phone and can't find everything. You understand? I think that bonding with a lot of the youths of today and them parents is not really there anymore. When they would stay at home, them out with them friend them gone, them on the internet and playing on them computer. It's a different way of life now.
But you know, but the ear and the body can go down. It sticks out and it can you want to get to it. So whether they're going to be exposed to something old, something new, or in between, right? From the qualities there, the body, the ear picks up that and they want to take it. They take it back with them, right? Look at No, right? The Don Penn song. That song was recorded way back from days of Studio One. There's about 3 different times recorded before Still and Cleary took it over. That become such a worldwide #1 hit. So you understand? So there are songs, there are sounds that deliver some. Come back to the same thing. Come back to our Jamaican songs of independence, independence. Winston, Baritone Blake, Winston September, Mikey. If you notice, a lot of the songs which came out of the independence have this mental feel to it. There's a thing in it which makes you want to rock and groove, right? Come back to update, it's a thing of it don't mean nothing if it ain't got that swing.
Yes.
Music must have that swing. When you are playing and if the swing is not there, it's dead. Right? So it must have some, just like a whale, which if you step on and the water don't move, you wonder what is wrong. You think it must have that little wave and move that's swinging it. As well as the hook of the music that is going to sell it. Yeah. Right? You're a musician, I'm a musician. You guys know, you understand?
That very important hook. Where it seems to be eluding us now. The song is either one whole hook, or...
No, I must say kudos to you guys again, A.T.F, for the EP that you have just released. Some great songs in it. That's Capice. That you have there is wonderful. Yes, and I must again I've played it a platform that can be heard. Right, you have a great body of work which is there, and it's history now. It's like studying history, right? If I for what I've learned through music, is a journey through history and music, right? So come back to that question you asked about a youngster going somewhere to learn. He has to first of all have the presence of mind to want to really learn the thing. I mean, because I'm such a fanatic and love the music, you have to love it.
Yes.
Right? What I've been doing is all because of the love of music, and hence being able to some person can enjoy it. I've learned what it is, how to present it, and to pass it over. Right? But there are so many things that I extract to bring the quality up to some people. Let me call her name, a girl named Serena Constantine.
Yeah, man.
Very, wonderful voice. She teaches voice, but wonderful singer coming in the industry. Sometimes I wonder how they're going to make it, right? Because what they want, people need to go latch onto the songs and to play it. If it's because that might not be dancehall, you want to ignore it, right? I've seen where people throw records in the garbage, and I went back and tried. Turn over these songs, all right? And when it's vocal songs they're throwing in the garbage, and they're keeping the dancehall on to themselves, the DJs. Again, that's because they think it's what. That's in their book. That is what no pertains. Right. And I realize it's a part of the industry. What makes up the whole, whether the singing song or the dance, all they all have the place. Right. And if the youngsters can just come to and realize that they have the place and can just put them in segments and really present them, our music will be richer. The journey will be so much more enjoyable.
Very much so. But a whole heap of people in the radio today are producers. And then produce the X amount of dancehall music. So when you give them a song where you sing the grass is green and the birds are singing, they never play the dancehall tune with them.
But why they make it in the first place? They make it because I think they can make money from it. They want it the most.
Well,
right? Why would you want to make it in the first place? Are you making it just to make music? Or are you making it for the
That's one of the things that what Sly was saying when he was here. Sly said, don't if they're making music because them have the equipment or them have the real feel for it, and I can't do it and say, if they really want to pursue this thing, this entertainment thing like we're
they're not making the music,
but
to put it on the bed. That's
what I'm saying.
They want to be.
So when a disc jockey has a production company as well, and he produce some tune, I'm going to play him tune them. I'm from radio time now because I'm up on radio. And what better mean to get it out there than to play for him on tune. And you listen to radio man, them have Mikey, them have out for special. Me hear a radio man play for an hour and a half and every tune plays for him name called and tune.
Well, it happens.
But I'm telling you to hang.
Yeah.
So when these young people, I never hear Marigat play a tune, I hear just a Marigat in the background. You know, or whatever. But no, special is the thing, and it does more for the DJ, radio personality, than the artist, than the thing. It's about me promoting me.
Right, that's what it comes back to it comes back to you and not the industry.
Same.
That's why I said to you when we started Live Tuesday, it was still designed to improve, to help the music industry, right? Because after the anniversary, for Cool, we were continuing. The objective had to change, and it had to be because of the industry. Hence, we had such a variety of bands and singers coming in. Those over 5.5 years, going on 6 years of each week of having different artists or bands coming in to project them and try to find as much quality as they can.
And have people listening forward to it too. Because people just didn't know say a live thing and come and choose them tune in.
Well, give time, Sam.
Yeah, man, people
and there's so much more to be done as well, because I know it can be improved. But here we go. The important thing is that there's so many young ones there that it is to give them hope as well, right? If you give them hope and know that you are not you're inviting them to come and offer the quality of what they have, right? They're not paying for this. It is not something that they're not paying for, but
they can showcase them talent.
Yes, it gives them hope, and I want to do more, right? I want to do more. It is, yeah. It is when a person, but playing the specials for themselves. It's just it's just for themselves. It's not for the industry. It's not taking it away.
That's what I say. You know, some people do some tune and as a radio man, you know, and every song he plays is special. No,
a lot of time they do special. A lot of the time they do the special is on a popular song they do to highlight the name. Yes, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's just for the sake of doing a special, you have other songs that could be played to expose the artists or the musicians or the producer of other songs. There's a lot of it there. So it comes back again for the music house, for the production houses. Put it together, understanding through the DJ or frontline people to expose the music, to expose the industry, and to gather the best of it to make for a better listening, right? Because as you said, some might not like the reggae jazz, might want to hear. Some might not want to hear the reggae. Some might just want to hear the dance or whatever. Right? So it comes back. It's appreciation. The music level of appreciation for music needs to improve. And the only way to improve radio is big entertainment.
Yeah.
Big entertainment, and anything that comes out of radio, usually people want to believe it, or they gravitate to it first. So if you can give a barrage of quality in different genres to the people to listen to, then we can start keep moving along. Why I think the Japanese, when they come on, they want to buy songs of the 60s and up to about 1975. They don't want anything on that. And all Jamaican music they're going for. So so they need to stop and look at these things and realize if they want music to last, right, they need to really take a stock of what they are hiding. And I say hiding because there are a lot of stuff that still not being played. Let me call it another song. The guy Richie Mack did a wicked version of Going in Circle,
right.
Studio One. And I don't know if it's that he didn't get a chance to, it was put out there or it was ignored. You have Chin? Tessan, when she did a version of
Mary West Across?
No. It was the Gladys Knight song.
Oh.
One of the first songs she released, right? And that is such an awesome song. Again, it wasn't being picked up enough. Radio wasn't playing it enough, right? And I mean, we can go on and on. There's so many. Some will get lost by the wayside, but you can go back to so many songs. There's no excuse for rubbish to be played on the radio. That's what it comes back to. There's no excuse. There's too many great songs out there done by Jamaicans, right? for us to be playing rubbish on the radio, right?
Well, listen, we're getting ready for wrap up now because we're running out of time. But Mike, we're gonna have to bring you back, you know, cause you know 1 hour and 20 minutes.
You know, I listen to him every Sunday. Usually when the man
you
look
must
up
listen to him at 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm giving prayers.
I'm not sleeping in time, man. You don't know, wait in
time of
time.
walking.
Them time you
In the morning, blessings.
You need it.
Yes.
Listen,
We all need it.
I listen to him. I listen to you on a Sunday. You and what's her face? I can't remember her name.
No,
man.
that's my darling.
I tell you, man, I met Nada when Catch played over film. We played over the radio station.
Yeah?
Man. Now I listen to old passing man. 80s.
Yes?
Yeah, man. And it was like an in-house show, and we back all the artists about it.
What?
Yeah, man. Them time they little.
Just come with
And I met Nada there. I never see her again. I think she had married.
She had done the
Yeah,
thing overseas
but
and stuff.
Allah, them tell me say it's a half of you girl, you know?
Yes, man.
So I listen to her every
She
Sunday.
took been having a start.
I listen to her every Sunday and do the thing.
So we're back again in that, we're together again.
So you know for me, should I remember? Tell her Herbie. See? See?
Or her bride.
Yeah, something like that. See?
Yes.
Thanks again, Mike, for coming.
Yes,
As you say,
Mike,
we're
you're welcome.
again.
And I appreciate you having
Give
me.
thanks.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
pray the honor to have been here.
Yeah, man.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
Keep doing what you're doing because the more people have that get exposed and they hear the history, it adds so much credibility to our music. So keep doing what you're doing, and whatever I can do to help.
Bless
I'll
up.
be
Thank you,
grateful.
sir.
Bless up.
So you hear it,
Yeah.
from the man himself. And as we say, I am Herb Ryan,
And I am Stephen.
and you are,
Mikey Thompson.
and this is the Sonic Desk.
Until next time.